What's up, y'all? It's Jazzy Gaddy, and today I'm going to show you what I do when I couple and uncouple the truck. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is get inside of the truck. Then I'm going to set my brakes. I'm going to go ahead and hold the red and yellow button, which allows me to lock the trailer and the tractor into place and make sure that neither one of them roll away, which will be crazy, so you don't want that. Then I'm going to go ahead and get out and lower my landing gear. This is what allows me to pull the tractor off of the trailer and make sure the trailer stays in place and the next person can grab it easily and safely. So it's very important to lower this, because if you miss this step, the trailer will fall on the ground, and that's 80,000 pounds potentially that you're going to have roll up and pull up yourself. Now, which I'm strong, but I'm not that strong, and I never want to have to do that, and I don't wish it on anybody. So it's very important basically to do that. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and pull that fifth wheel release arm. That is what allows me to actually detach from the trailer. So I'm going to pull that, lock it into place. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull off my air lines. So my lines are my emergency airline, my service airlines, and my electrical lines. That is what supplies the brakes to the entire truck and allows me to have lights on the trailer so that you can see when I'm going to turn my turning signal and brakes and all of that. So it's very important that all three of those are there, working and properly in place. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and get back into the truck, and I'm going to pull the tractor off of the trailer and leave the trailer there. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and push in that yellow button, which is what allows me to move the truck portion of the tractor, which is the part that I'm sitting in now, and leave the red button pulled out because there's no longer air needed to be supplied to the trailer. That is what that button does. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and find the new trailer. I'm doing a drop and hook. So basically what that means is I'm going to leave my trailer that I brought and pick up the trailer that is preloaded from the shipper to take to the new receiver. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and line up my tractor to the new trailer, back up, and then I'm going to secure the tractor into the trailer, make sure that the locking jaws around the kingpin and that I can pull this new trailer out when I leave safely and securely. So I'm going slowly to back up, and then I'm going to connect everything and raise the landing gear again, and I'll show you that here. So from this point, I'm going to reverse the tractor into the trailer and connect to the new trailer. So here you see I'm slowly reversing and making sure that my wheels are lined up with the trailer so that I can properly connect to the trailer. Then from there, I'm going to get out and make sure that the fifth wheel is properly placed underneath the trailer apron, which I'll show you here now. It's very important that there's no space in between, that you can't see light, and that it is flat to the surface. So then I'm going to get back in and make sure that I fully connect. So I do that to make sure that I don't do what's called high hooking, because you can actually connect and then get stuck underneath the trailer and not be fully properly connected. So before I fully back up, I always get out and check just to be sure. Then I'm going to get out and double check that, make sure that I'm fully locked in. You didn't see me do this, but I do what's called a tug test to make sure that the trailer is connected. But for added security, I always look underneath the trailer to make sure that the locking jaw is around the kingpin, which I will show you here. So right there, that little bar is what is making sure that that trailer does not disconnect from the tractor. Then I'm going to go ahead and raise my landing gear. So I'll show you that here. And I'm going to go ahead and raise that landing gear because it's no longer needed to hold the trailer up, because I'm holding the trailer up with my tractor. Now, it's important to fully raise the landing gear back up, because in situations like railroad tracks or anything that can get caught underneath, you don't want that to be dragging on the ground and hit something that can destroy the truck or anything that it hits. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect my airlines again, make sure that the colors match and that they are in the right place, because that's important too. Now there's a little cheat sheet. You got blue for blue and red. So you just want to make sure that you connect the right ones. That's my service line, and then my emergency line as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and reconnect my electrical line so that I can be seen. So then there I am connecting all that, making sure that's secure, making sure there's no damages to anything. Then I'm going to inspect my trailer and make sure everything's good for that before I pull off. Then I'm going to get back in. I'm fully connected. Everything's locked into place. All my airlines secured and everything's done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to making more content for you. Thank you.